special guests. They're two of the founding members of the hottest scene in St.Pete Hip Hop.
I know that's right.
DJ Don Rock and
Yeah.
Bottemville Jotta.
What's good, Jit? What's
How you guys doing today?
Living great. How you doing?
Chilling. I'm at the beautiful Studio A with the slugs.
Bro, I love seeing your smile. When I see your smile, I'm like, how can I not smile?
Oh yeah, it's going down when you see the Jit Camp smile. You already know.
Yes.
So when I started Jit Camp, I reviewed a couple projects off rips, and one of the first projects I reviewed was St. Petersburg from Young Mop, who's Jotta's brother.
Yes.
So after that, he sent me your project, Welcome to the Players Club, to review.
Shout out Young
And-
Mob.
Oh nah, I think it was me, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You sent it, like Jotta sent it to me to review next because it had just dropped. Like, I think like a couple days after I did the review for the St. Petersburg project.
Yes.
So for me, I feel like that project is like the start of like I don't necessarily know about the start, but it's a slug tape for sure.
For sure.
So can you go a little bit more into the slug style and how you came to create the slug sounds?
Yeah, so first off, when I dropped that mixtape, The Players Club, that was the first time I had ever really dropped a project of me with produced tracks, written tracks by me, performance tracks by me, all of that. So I really dropped that project for it to be the staple of something new and something like the new beginning for me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to slug that project, honestly, I'm going to be honest. My boy Jotta has been keeping Slugged alive behind closed doors for so long. It was something that I started back in 2015.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2015. I dropped my first Slug project on April 20th, 2015. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason I say he was keeping it alive behind closed doors is because when I initially started with Slug, I just wanted to give Florida something to call their own with the whole slowed down music culture that we have. I noticed all over Florida, anywhere you go, people just love hearing the track slowed down more than chopped and screwed. But I was like, I don't want to just call it slow tracks. I want to give it a name so Florida could be like, yo, I know y'all, listen to chopped and screwed over there. You might listen to slowed and reverb, but we listen to slug now here. You know what I mean? But I first dropped it, I wasn't getting that much attention from it on the internet. All my friends were truly supporting it, and he was one of the #1 champions that was like, bro, I don't give a fuck, keep slugging these songs. And here we are today.
You're talking about the project like back in the day that
Back in the day, yeah, I dropped the Slug mixtape. I think I slugged like some old Travis Scott, like off of his old mixtapes.
Like Owl Pharaoh shit?
Yes, bro. I think I slugged Drugs, You Should Try It.
Oh, okay.
I slugged some old Currency, old Bootsy Collins. Anybody that loved chopped and screwed music, I feel like the type of songs that I picked to slug, you would have been like, oh, fuck yeah, this is a vibe,
Well, I know he's been a part of the scene with like back in the day with like Little Keese and all that, Favorite Chasers Entertainment and all that kind of shit. So he's been doing this shit.
Right.
So I liked how it was sort of like all coming together on Welcome to the Players Club.
Yes.
And you had other Slug members like Jerry Nova on Trifecta. That's one of my favorite joints.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the project and more so about that song because it's one of my favorites?
So that project really came about from, I'm going to be real, y'all, my love for the motherfucking strip club. Mm-hmm. Now, right now I can't afford to be in there as much as I love it. But I just love it in the strip club, and Players Club is one of my favorite movies, and I was just like, yo, what would life be like if somebody developed a new character of the Players Club that was experiencing all the same shit that was going on with Dollar Bill, Diamond and all of that. So I just sat down and I watched P-Valley like 2 or 3 times, just let the episodes from the season 1 roll. I started playing like some slow music and was like, oh yeah, I'm in the mindset. Started writing, and of course I was able to hit up the slugs that I knew would be a perfect fit, like Jerry Nova, to get on the project. So that's how that started.
Yeah, I love when you guys like performed that at Berg Day. That shit was crazy. I was so hyped, man.
Bro, I purposely chopped that song up as if it was something you would hear on a DJ Drama mixtape. Like coming in with one of the hardest bars, the ones you love most, really be your fakest friend, and then just chop that up a few times. So if you really love that song, oh shit, my song coming on, and I'm about to repeat that a few times. So.
I like that project because it's like you're partying the whole night with Don. You know what I mean? It's like we're going to the club, we're riding out, and then it's like, oh, we're at the club, we're fucked up, and then it's like, oh shit, we're leaving the club, we're fucked up, we're sliding home. You know what I mean? We're smoking, we're slugged the whole way.
Bro, it's so dope that you picked that up because I've been very intentional with feeling like I want to be the person that you party with. You go to the club too. You might drive, listen to my music while you're on the way to the club. But most definitely when that alcohol in your system, I want to be the person you play on the ride home. That's really making you feel like just reflecting about life and shit. So that's dope.
Another favorite track of mine on that project is Say Some, the final track. It's like a different style than the rest of the project, but that's what I like about it. And I always like go back to it. I put it on it's the Tampa Bay the new Tampa Bay playlist now. But the old St. Pete playlist, it was always a staple of that because it was on iTunes and shit. So
yes, thank you so much for that, bro. That's one of my favorite songs. Like when I wrote that song, I'm really, really big on R&B music. That's my fucking favorite genre of all time, and then it's hip hop. But with that track in particular, I was in a space where I was really listening to a lot of T-Pain and a lot of The Dream and really just paying attention to their writing styles and being like, why the fuck you know how to make a radio hit, but other niggas can't make a radio hit? You know, and what does a radio hit sound like? What does it feel like? So that was my best attempt at a good radio hit.
So when you guys were starting Slug Sound, who are the members of Slug Sound and how did it all like start pretty much? Like, so, what's the foundation of it?
So it really all started from just me slugging songs on the internet. Like that is really the true beginning of it. And at the time when I first came up with Slug, there were brands around me that were growing that I was really, really infatuated with. For example, Selection Radio. So I was like, well, damn, how were they able to just give a sound to the world, create a place for people that love that sound to come and kind of congregate and be like, yo, this is, you know what it means to be like, oh yeah, I'm a Selection Radio fan. Like it's a certain type of style of dress that you like. It's a certain type of places you like to go, certain artists that you love. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's literally what DJ Screw was starting in Houston with the whole Chopped and Screwed movement. Like, he was literally calling himself the radio and just being like, yo, as a DJ, I'm the whole plug. I can have artists, we can put together shows, concert, blase, squaze. So I really linked up with all of my closest friends that I knew had strong brands in the area and was like, yo, why we can't do this shit together? Like, why not Slug Sounds collab with I Rock Pro, which is, you know, me, Don Rock, Bottemville, which we got Jotta, we got Yago. Bottemville got all type of people. They got boxers, they got catering. It's a whole damn mafia going on with Bottemville, you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Bottemville.
Yeah, you know, as well as with You Hungry, you know, why not incorporate the food aspect in what we do? I felt like my friends have been working so hard to create a brand and build a brand, and I'm like, why not run together as a powerhouse? Let's do it under this umbrella of Slug. And we'll just make that common denominator for whatever we do, music, art, show related. Let's just make sure we have that slowed down music, but our brands can thrive under this umbrella.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if I could add to it, we was doing parties already. You know what I'm saying? Like we had already had a couple parties. Our first party was her birthday bash last year. It's crazy to think all this stuff has happened in a year, but went crazy. Yeah. We did an early 2099 party, so it was kind of like
the one where you guys dressed up as Paul Wall and shit. Yeah.
Lil Jon. But yeah, so it was also like trying to put a face to a name. Like we doing this, so let's just put it under the Slug umbrella. Let's do it. I've always been very passionate about Slug because I overly play slow music, like stuff you wouldn't even think should be slow. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up in St. Pete and seeing donks coming up and down 9th Street with the slow stuff bumping, it's like that's always stuck with me. And it's a great time for that era too. You know what I'm saying? So.
Dead ass. And I'm happy that you brought that up when you said listening to slowed down songs that you would never even think about being slowed down. That was another thing that started Slug for me, is I realized that a lot of my favorite Chopped and Screwed songs were just predominantly hip hop and sometimes R&B. But I went through a space around 2014, 2015 where I was like, well, damn, I want to hear pop music Slug. You know, I want to hear reggae slug, you know what I mean? Afro beats at the time when it was really, really early. So what really helped me catapult slug on the internet was taking a chance and slugging Justin Bieber songs at the fucking time. You know, early Young Thug, early Kodak. And it was really the emergence of Audio Mac too, because I was first on SoundCloud, and of course you know SoundCloud, like bitch copyright. So after a while, all of my stuff was taken down, but me just having Audio Mac as a backup plan, I went back years later to see that I damn near had 500,000 streams of all of those songs, you know, and so that's what also made me realize, like, worldwide, there's people that want to hear slow down music. You know what I mean? Look at the whole slow and reverb movement going on right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, originally before I wanted to started writing and stuff, I wanted to make beats. And that was like the sound I was looking for, because I liked kind of what Space Ghost Perp was doing with like that Raider Clan shit. I didn't necessarily like his attitude and all that, but I love his beats. Like, nobody can say that he doesn't make dope beats, you know? Yeah. But I like that sort of sound, and I even, like, some of my first beats were like slowed down. Like I slugged that Down Under song by, I think they're called Men at Work. It's like, I live in the land down under, and I was like, that shit, because it's like we're in Florida, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I made like a weird like Space Ghost Perp.
Where that beat at, man?
In the archives?
It's on one of my computers. I can maybe bring it out, maybe.
Yeah. Nah, that's hard.
But that's why I gravitated so like much with the sound that you guys were pushing, because it was sort of what I was always trying to do. I just sort of like didn't really want to, I didn't necessarily have the time to invest in the music shit. Plus I found like other interests as well. And then writing is more like my passion, and like people tell me it's my God gift, so I guess I gotta just go with that.
Hey, go pop your collar real quick.
I gotta just go with it. You know?
But you know what? A lot of people from the South, we just naturally love slowed down music. It's like the world just finally caught up to it. I think on like a national hip hop level, like an Isaiah Rashad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear the chopped and screwed tones in his music without it even being chopped and screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Houston and Memphis, man.
Big shout out. Big shout out. Hell yeah. Word.
Yeah, I love Memphis rap. Have you guys ever heard of Sonny Fritz from over in Tampa? He's got a project called 666 Fritz, and it's all like Memphis and like.
That sound hard as fuck.
Yeah, check it out. I just did a review for it like earlier this week. It came out last year, but I wanted to put some more people like on the sound he's like going for. He's sick.
Oh yeah, we gotta get
that wrong. He might have to get on the slug nights, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. I can definitely make that shit happen, man. I'll talk to him about it.
Fuck yeah.
So do you consider like Welcome to the Players Club like the first like slug tape other than the one that you made originally? Like, is this the revamped like shit?
I would say I was like, yo, you could take slugs so fucking far, right? You know what I mean? You could think about what it looks like, what it sounds like, feels like. So I was like, yo, what would slugged R&B sound like? Slug and B, you know? So I'm like, this is my first real attempt of just putting that type of energy out in the world, where it's like, if you had an R&B singer singing their motherfucking heart out, giving you bangers, but at the same time it's all like with that undertone of like a chopped and screwed and slowed down and shit. So yeah,
like the beat tape you dropped after that one,
and
then Chop Not Slopped that just dropped last week. Check out Chop Not Slopped on Bandcamp,
bro. Dead ass. I love soulful music. Like no matter, I love all types of music, but I notice my heart always center me back to soulful shit and music with a meaning. So when I drop those beat tapes, I'm like, yo, I want to flip some dope-ass soulful sample and just give you a different, vibe with it.
My favorite beat was the It's Love beat, because it had sort of like that cloud rap, like atmospheric beat.
Yes.
And then you eventually made it into a real track. So
the slugging beat.
Yeah, exactly. That shit was a vibe. So how do you guys feel about my slug projects that I've collaborated with Laz Beats on Lord Slug, and then Cappy on Slug Gods 1 and 2? Shout out to Cappy for real.
Yes,
big fucking shout out to Cappy.
Cappy is a huge, I wish he was here right now. He is a huge piece to Slug. Like, the man is a tech guru. He is infatuated with music, and he's just an overall visionary. Like, the man literally be walking around in 3005. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's on some other shit. He
Dead
designed the
ass.
Jit Camp logo.
Yes, that is literally like my biggest
I didn't
supporter.
know that.
He did.
He designed the Jit Camp logo.
He hard, bro. He hard. But I absolutely love it. I encourage like any producers, artists, DJs to, let's take this brand slug, let's take this sound and push it forward. You know what I mean? Like if you're a DJ, why not drop a whole slug mix? If you're a producer, why not make slug beats? Because now that's something as a whole collective of the state of Florida, we could be like, this is what we do down here. This is our shit.
Yeah, that was like sort of my goal and like trying to get involved with it because like I was so passionate about the sound before and then you're doing it, so it's like, all right, we can all like work together and I can make my dope ideas happen, and that's sort of how those projects came about.
Big shout out to Jit Camp. Jit Camp, another person. It's like, I felt like the universe was sending me people one at a time that's like, hey, bitch, don't leave that slug shit alone. Because I was, sometimes when you do something for so long and you don't get the return that you're expecting in the moment, you get kind of like, weighed down and be like, fuck it, I'm doing different shit now. But so many people like, hey, hell no. I don't care. Nothing that you're doing, the slug is where it's at. So big shout out to you too, because you came at literally the right time.
I appreciate it. Thanks for allowing me to join in on it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real proud of those projects, especially that last one, the one we dropped on Berg Day. That one, it meant a lot to me to like kind of put people onto some of the classic songs from the city,
Yes.
Because a lot of people, they don't know about the St.Pete hip hop scene. They just think like, oh, like there's some people doing shit over in Tampa. There's a couple people like doing shit, you know what I mean? Like Brick and Cristal and all them and Smoothie Hines and DJ Surefire.
Bro, St. Pete been doing shit for a while. I'm talking about like from the days of Screwdle.
Oh, absolutely. That's why Screwdle's on that shit.
Big shout out to local music. Like, just giving people their flowers. Local music was literally one of the first music brands from the entire Tampa Bay area that I seen really take their career with care. Like, I'm getting quality videos. I'm getting quality music drops, quality merch. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the zoo where we at right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, fucking love High Yellow. I love KO. It's a lot of people
ABR.
from... Thank you. A lot of people from the city. Matter of fact, big shout out to Industry Connects like Fabo. Look at what fucking Fabo is doing in the industry right now. And that man is literally about to lead a whole new wave of the R&B lane right now. So Ari Kai. I mean, we can go on for days. We can go on for days.
Rod Wave.
If we want to name some obvious, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the city got... I always felt like St. Pete was the city of Atlantis. A really golden, undiscovered area where it's just way too much fucking talent here.
And
different types.
We won't be underwater. So.
Miami first.
Oh, but another thing I wanted to mention was I love the way local music sounds slug, and I noticed that on that last mix that y'all had. That was hard. I was banging in my car the other day.
Dude, like those guys are some of my favorite rappers of all time, man. I like grew up on their shit, man. I grew up on their videos. It was some of the first like times I've ever seen like St. Pete in a hip hop video.
I'll never forget the Unsuccessful video.
Oh, I know.
I
that
said,
shit's
wow,
iconic, man.
Such beauty and simplicity.
Shout
all
out to
in one.
Rob. Shout out to Goody. Shout out.
Yeah.
Crown.
Big bad.
Local music. We need to get them at a slug event for sure, man.
Soon come.
I would love to see.
Check your DMs. Yo.
I mean, Spade and Mari at an event.
No, dead ass, man. Soon come.
Or Crown or all of them. That would be sick.
Yeah, dead ass.
So you guys started doing the events and shit to tie in with the whole sound and stuff. Let's talk a little bit more about the slug night events and the banquet sort of things that you guys do. It changes up like to different themes and stuff. Like you had the one on your shirt, the Florida one with that Yella performed at, and that was a dope event and everything. So let's talk a little bit more about those events.
Really, with Slug Nights, we just wanted to bring people into a dope-ass musical world, right? And with a heavy focus on hip-hop. So with Slug Nights, we like to feature 3 different producers from the area. We like to have different DJs with, different sounds to offer. And then we'll have no more than about 3 artists perform. But what's dope about Slug Nights is it started off as like, come out to this concert, enjoy like the festivities that's going on around it, but it turned into like this huge, really networking opportunity if you think about it, because all of these artists are in the room with some of the hottest DJs, some of the hottest producers, and it just really grew from there. But we wanted to do it in a jiggy way. You know what I mean? You don't want to just throw no show and be like, yo, come see these artists at this rusty ass bar. You know, we'd rather do something with some type of artistic value.
Well, it's already a different vibe off rips because it's at Bottemville, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it just has that chill vibe.
Man, the Bottemville Studios is so rich in culture. It's too much fucking art on the walls. I go in there, I'm seeing vinyls and shit. It's like I was like, yo, this reminds me of some hip hop basement in London.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. I like how you do when you're always DJing the events, you do like the sort of questions, like the hip hop Mount Rushmore question, or you'll let people come up and just freestyle. Like I know Johnny Adamo was at a couple, Rishi Beats was at a couple, and got on you guys did a live stream for it. I'd like to see more of those like type of things.
So that is our potluck event series, and we put together the potluck to really give people a networking space. You know what I mean? Once we noticed like the effect of how many real artists that we had in the building with Slug Nights, it's like, why not try to provide a space like that monthly for different artists, DJs, producers, etc. You know what I mean? So we came up with the idea of like, versus just making it a networking thing where people could perform, like let's make it interactive and engaging so you feel included. So fuck it, let's have a hip hop debate. You love music, you gonna want to talk some shit.
Yeah, it gets heated.
Dead ass.
So did you end up like the Slug mixes that you have on the Slug Sound SoundCloud, like the one, there's like a prequel one, and then I think 1 and then 2 by DJ Red. Yes. That one's sick. Do you just take those off of those events, or are those like sessions that you're doing by yourself, or do you rip them like live?
Oh, no, these are sessions that I do probably independently at the crib. So, for example, when me and DJ Red linked up, I really wanted the SoundCloud space to be like the radio for Slug. You know what I mean?
I fuck with
being
that
able
shit.
Just to ride out to some fire-ass slow-down music.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, why not give different DJs an opportunity to showcase their sound through that? You know what I mean?
It's like their channel.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like what they vibe is. So I reached out to DJ Red. Bro, literally within a week, he sent me a mix and was like, here, go ahead and upload that. So I was like, hey, okay, I could do these independently at my house, and we can reach out to any DJ worldwide, and you just send over a mix too and shit. We'll put it together and upload it.
I would like to see you do like a video one, like those boiler room things. I know you're a big fan of K Tronada and his like boiler room where people are like vibing in the background and shit, and he's just playing like the mix. I would love to see you like do that, and we're all just like chilling, like listening to it around.
You ain't reading my mind.
Hell yeah.
We've talked about it literally with boiler room.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh dude, that would be even crazier.
Yeah.
And then put maybe the audio portion on the SoundCloud, or I mean, if you're doing it through them, maybe on their shit. I don't really know how that works.
Yeah, you know what? Slug is about to make a lot of big moves, and that's one of the things that we talked about, like recording a video, you know, of me in a boiler style type room, just mixing all of my mixes, mashups, beats, all of that good shit. But even taking it a step further, you know, I want to get other people involved. Bro, I'm so about togetherness. Y'all don't understand. Like, let's eat together. What the fuck? So I want to invite other DJs to come through, and we also record their sets. You know what I mean? To give them that opportunity.
Yeah, that would be dope. I mean, especially if I know a couple DJs, plus there's always some, like, you never know, up-and-coming person might be like, hey, I never knew a spot where I could DJ at, but now I can give it a shot.
It's so many producers that are baby DJs. It don't make no fucking sense. They just need to know, like, okay, you're not going to require me to play a certain way or to act a certain way, but if you give me free range to play whatever I want, nigga, sign me up, you know? So, but also, Slug is also working on a group project. And we have a listening party coming up on September 3rd. It's going to be like a preview to this project. But we plan on... Exactly, bro. We're going to drop a gang tape featuring our DJs, producers, and artists. You know, so there's some tracks on there from me, Jotta. We got a producer on the team by the name of Arlonzo. We got Reynold Bart, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of dope-ass tracks on that project. And then after that, we're all going to just start dropping art, releasing music, you know what I mean? Solo projects, group projects, however.
Yeah, TDE shit, Dreamville type shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah, ASAP Mob shit.
ASAP Mob shit, bro. Underground legends, man, you know.
So, would you consider, is the Goodfellas EP and your other project considered like Slug projects, or not necessarily because the sound isn't slugged?
I feel like my
There's
sound is
elements
always
of it.
slugged. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I do a lot of like down south twang type shit. So it's like I'm slugged to the death. So anything I put out is slugged. You feel me? So,
Hell yeah.
and that includes Goodfellas to the max. Like if you notice in the cover, we got the orange caps on and all that. You know
Yeah.
we got Don Rock talking her shit on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, we live and breathe by this shit, bro.
No, literally.
It's no part-time stuff.
Like, be up 3 a.m. Like, hey, Slug, need to do this.
Hell yeah. Well, that's how dope shit happens, you know?
Right.
So let's talk about Slug as far as like a merch brand as well. He's got the shirt. I rocked the hat on the last episode with Sean to tease out this episode. Who knows what the teaser is going to be for this episode?
What that Wu-Tang
Hey, definitely that.
Word.
But let's talk more about the merch. Shout out to that Berg Day shirt. That shit is classic. I'm looking forward to getting one of those every year.
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously I got the background in merch already. Mm-hmm. I deal with a lot of creative people within Slug, of course, including Don Rock over here. And we're trying to give it that vibe of, like, our merch isn't just for the music, you feel me? Like, you want to rock it like streetwear, similar to what, like, Cole Bennett does with the Lyrical Lemonade. So every little drop we do, we want somebody to, like, even if they never heard none of our music, don't support none of our music, don't support slow music, whatever the case may be, like, damn, that shit's hard. I need to cop that. So that's our whole direction with the merch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I fuck with the hat is like a statement piece. Like, Moose always has that shit on. Like, I wear it all the time.
Always.
It's like, I saw him wearing it all the time. I was like, man, I guess I got to get a fucking hat now.
Got to, bro.
Yeah.
Got to. But, yeah, we got some new hats coming out. They're about to be fire. We got some new shirts coming out, new stickers. We got all types of stuff going on.
Hell yeah. I need to get a pin to, like, rock on my hat at work because I have that cowboy pin.
Stop by at the Bottemville. We got them in stock, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So Berg Day, it was one of I think so far, the biggest event of the year.
I love that you feel that way. How did
the idea come about? I mean, we've always wanted a big event like that. I mean, they have 813 Day over in Tampa. That's actually my birthday, so that's kind of weird. But but 727 Day, I was really passionate about it as well. That's why we dropped the Slug Gods 2 with all the 727 tracks, so let's talk about that event and how it came about and everything.
So that event, it's actually something that I've been thinking about doing for, I want to say since 2013, since I started DJing. It came about when me and Cappy were sitting down talking one day, and I'm like, yo, somebody needs to drop a mixtape called The City of Atlantis, and it just need to be all the St.Pete people, right?
Oh, so then, the fuck, man? That shit's crazy.
Crazy as fuck. So then year after year, I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody need to throw like a concert or some big show on July 27th. Why not? And for some reason, at the time where I was saying somebody should do it, I did not think I had the power or ability to really bring people together to do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not realizing that the universe, like, nah, bro, you got to do this. You did somebody. Mm-hmm. So it came together when I had the opportunity to partner up with two other brands, Split a World and South of Central. And they were like, yo, we want to collab on a big event. And I'm like, it was literally, we did not start planning Berg Day until June 1st.
Wow. Yeah, I remember when you hit me up about it and everything. I was like, bro, I'll call some people and see what I can do.
Yeah, bro, if you know me, you know once my mind feels like, oh, something's a good idea, I don't give a fuck if we only got 2 weeks. The shit's going down. You know what I mean? So I just started hitting up a bunch of moving pieces like, yo, let's do a fashion show or a fashion expo. And you know what? Let's do a celebrity basketball game because I didn't want to be the type of person that puts together an event that is a little too far removed from the culture in terms of, oh, that's for them other people. That ain't for me, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me give something for everybody. You feel me? We're going to have a celebrity basketball game. If you love basketball, you're going to come out. We're going to do the art and fashion expo. If you love art, you love clothes, I'm going to get out some of the biggest names from the city to make you want to come out and support, do that. I think we put together an R&B show as well. My girl put together like a self-love festival. And it just really turned into something that I'm like, oh, holy fuck, I'm doing this every year until I die. You know what I mean? So it started off really with just an idea of a mixtape, and then it turned into this year.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that we made this slug tape with like the same sort of like theme and everything. He was sending me like like hidden gems that like I haven't heard in forever.
Yeah.
Like that shit with Jerry Nova and JJ the Jet from the Paper Cut Gang shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, he sent me that one. I was sending him some. He was like, bro, I haven't heard this shit in like years.
And I also have to just say, rest in power to my dog Justin.
Sure.
You know what I mean? To JJ the Jet. I bring his name up because he was literally another big person in my ear. He came to me, oh God. He came to me in 2014 and was like, bro, you're gonna be the piece that brings everybody together. I'm about to tear up talking about this shit. But he was like, the cheat code. He was calling me the cheat code. And like I said, at the time, this is a moment in my life where I was like, man, I ain't got no damn power, bro. I just got this damn board. I'm still on SoundCloud. But on the real, he just came to me and was like, bro, something is just telling me you're going to be the piece that just bring us all together and take us to the next level. And now Slug is being that piece. You know what I mean? And he loved fucking Slug. He used to tell me all the time, bro, Slug my song. Like, what the fuck going on, you know?
Yeah, we did it, right?
Yeah.
We fucking did it.
Yeah.
So, I like all the other events that's going on. You got a lot of other shit coming on. But let's talk about some of the upcoming projects. You have your project coming up, you said, other than what's up with the big gang project? Can you go too much into that, or no, not really?
I mean, we can go into it a little bit. Like I said, September 3rd, if y'all want to listen to some exclusive gang tape stuff, we will be at the Bottemville from 9 to 1 for the listening party. I don't know if everything will be released by then, but that even makes it more exclusive because you're going to hear it before it's released probably. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, we got that going. And like she said before, after that, we're all dropping solo stuff. And we all got stuff in the vault. So trust, it's going to be a lot of music coming from Slug in the next year. For sure.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
On your shows, you ask a lot of controversial hip-hop topics, so I'm not going to necessarily...
Don't ambush me.
No, I'm not going to ask any controversial ones, but I just want to... we got to talk some hip-hop, you know what I mean? Other than, like, St. Pete. Like, I try to keep it St. Pete and Tampa, but... Sometimes we got to talk about some other shit.
Yeah.
Are you hyped for the Kanye project? Do you think it's coming out soon? How do you feel about the house in the middle of the stadium?
What the fuck you putting me on? What? A house in the middle of the
stadium?
Oh,
you haven't heard about that?
No.
So he's recreating his childhood home in I think it's in Wrigley Field.
That's hard, bro. That's so fucking hard and dope. I love Conway. Everything about it. Oh, Kanye. I thought you said Conway. I'm sorry.
No.
Kanye.
Conway's dope too.
Fuck.
Shout out to Griselda.
Now I got a whole new fucking spirit going through my body. Hey, anything Ye do, genius. I'm telling you right now. Anything he do, genius. I think that's dope. I will say as a Kanye fan though, fuck. I truly fell in love with Kanye and became a stan 2011. So I'm I was late to the party because my dog had already dropped fucking college dropout, late registration, graduation, 808s, all of that. But I say that to say I fell in love with a certain type of Kanye that just gave me this ego boost. You feel me? Mm-hmm. In the music lately, I think my dog just in a different space.
Yeah, so, I'm kind of the same route. Like, like I fucked with him even like late registration, all that other shit, and then he sort of reinvented himself with the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and that's like some like art rap shit, you know what I mean?
Bro, art rap is beautiful.
And then the Yeezus stuff, like I was fully behind that. Right. The Yeezus tour is probably the best show I ever seen.
Literally, Yeezus changed my fucking life. Like that entire era for Kanye. Everything that he was saying in the interviews, from the project to the packaging to the show. The show was like insane. The nigga brought a fake glacier, fucking laid at the edge and was singing Coldest Winter. Like,
I know.
What the
snow. I know. I was with my homie John, R.P. John, and I was like, bro, this dude's really on a fucking mountain singing Coldest Winter with like the snow.
Bro, as the little monster running around in the background, I'm like, yo, my mom is alive and well and I'm still about to cry. Yes, bro. Yeah. That changed me.
So who are some of your favorite artists you're listening to right now?
Shit.
Outside of like slug people.
Oh, okay. I was about to say some hella arrogant slug shit. Jerry Nova, Bottemville, Jotta.
Jerry Nova, Jotta.
Me. No, I'm playing.
Don Rock. Reynold Bart.
No, on a serious tip, I've been really, like, for the past week or two, I feel like my mind is clouded. I can't even really tell you who, like, my favorite artists are right now because I've only been listening to Japanese jazz artists, bro.
Yeah, you posted that.
Oh
I was
my
kind of intrigued by
God.
that.
I'm talking about some of the most beautiful work I ever fucking heard, and I'm like, I just want to sample all this shit. So when I get in this type of space, all I want to hear is soulful music. Like, I've been listening to soulful 70s disco, you know, 80s and shit, going to my Barry White, you know what I mean?
Oh, damn, way back.
Yeah, way back, giving y'all a little sample of what that next project gonna be like, you know?
Oh, hell yeah.
But no, on the real, I've just been in that space lately.
Have you heard of that new spot that's opening up downtown where it's like, it's supposed to be like a Japanese, like lo-fi, like place you can like drink coffee and like tea and like listen to,
bro?
You can listen to vinyl and shit.
I gotta shout out Jit Camp again, bro. Why you so plugged in? I feel like I'm talking to I Love the Berg right now. Hell no, I never heard
It's
of
Jit Camp.
It's Jit. No, I didn't hear about that though.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if it's open yet, but
Yeah.
I'll definitely like send you the link for it.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of some rappers that's my favorite right now. And what made me think of this is I feel like Bottemville Jotta got to answer this question too, because my dog be deep in his music bag. But, bro, that goddamn Benny the Butcher.
Oh, Benny the Butcher is one of my favorite
I've been playing
rappers.
UK rappers and Benny the Butcher before my shows. Like, I need
like
the type
grime
of confidence where it's like, I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. On a respectful level, I'm here to give you the best version of me. But Benny the Butcher has just been bringing back a new, like, he's been keeping that lane that I feel like Pusha T is in, you know, like those heavy bar spitters that's just like, I'm coming right at your face with straight bars. He keeping that lane alive in 2021, and it's so important. You know, from even his production style, like, it's almost boom bap, but not really, because the drums are so heavy and in your face, you know what I mean?
I got the perfect quotable to add to that, actually. Benny the Butcher did a verse on Lloyd Banks' latest project, and he said, in 2019, I put rappers back on their feet. And what I see by that is I gave lyrical rappers, like, a voice to shine again, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of, like, New York rap was honestly them taking down south shit and just, like, reinventing it. It's been a long time since there's been some real lyrical New York stuff come out. So I love Benny the Butcher. That's my favorite right now. Isaiah Rashad, of course, though. That's my vibe. That's my dog, man, forever.
Bruh.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher is one of my favorites. Griselda, Mac Homie, like all them. I think he had my #1 album, like Plugs I Met One, the original one.
Oh yeah, it's
that
fire.
shit's classic for sure.
It's fire. All his stuff, and he puts it out consistently too. You know what I'm saying?
They all
Older
do.
dude putting stuff out consistently. Not even from New York City, from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah,
and still killing it. Right by Canada. You feel me? Like,
Bro, dead ass. And I'm happy that, low-key happy that you said old dude, because it just made me think of something, right? Because he's older in the game, and that's one thing that I want artists to really pay attention. We're in a beautiful space right now in music where there's a lot of older artists still eating and thriving like they never fucking left. You know what I mean? And I feel like the artists that take the almost the currency approach to music, where it's like, I don't need to be Drake, I don't need to be a household name, I could literally serve a particular audience and spoil the shit out of them and live a great life.
that's
You know what I mean?
vibe.
And still be able to make music how I want to make music. Like, that's a real cheat code. So big shout out to Benny for that. And my dog Benny has already stepped into the NFT game.
yeah, I
Did you hear
saw
about
that. Yeah, I saw that shit. He was on No Jumper talking to him about it and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NFTs are crazy.
It's a slug NFT out there, by the way. Let's just put that
Oh shit! You guys got into the NFT game?
I
yeah,
guess
my dog
so.
Banjo Funk, man, he put it together.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, big shout out, big shout out.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Rob's the one that really put me on all that NFT shit with like all the ones that he's dropped and everything. Rob Gallardo.
he the
It was fucking Cappy.
Yeah, Grey Goat.
Cappy is literally the person that come to me with all fucking tech ideas. Like,
Yeah.
we were talking about streaming parties in 2018.
Oh shit!
Like, what if you could just watch a party from your house type shit? You know what I mean? And then boom, here you are, 2021. Everybody is doing all types of streaming. You feel me? But Cappy was the first person to come to me with the whole NFT talk, like the beginning of 2020. But bro, when you're not a techie, sometimes things sound like, what the fuck? Okay, I'll do that in 2040. When it's like, oh no, you can do this right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not like fully into it yet, but I'm slowly like learning more and more about it and stuff like that. I know the Rays dropped like a Tropicana Field NFT.
With that being said, I want to say, don't sleep on changing with the technology, because I know a lot of people that was in the streets back in the day that was using Bitcoin and shit. Like when the internet was first started popping, when Bitcoin first come out, and now they salty because they could have been straight billionaires. You feel me? So just go with the times. I have that problem myself, so that's why I'm addressing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like it was just crazy because I see all these people like throwing all this bread like around about. Oh, like this crypto punks is dropping. Now they have gray ones. It's
now
like
don't
crazy.
become a gambling addict. I'm not saying that because shit kind of crazy now, but I'm saying like when you see something that you feel like is gonna pop, just follow your instinct, follow your guts.
Yeah,
take that risk. You know what I mean?
Bro, so tell me how you got started working with Paper Chasers Entertainment and Little Keese like back in the day. I remember he had like. There was a magician rapper on the label back then, and everybody had their own like graphic. Yeah, everybody had their own graphic
Shout out
and
to
shit.
Mental V. I don't know where you at right now. I think last time I seen him, he was on Black Ink. You feel me?
Oh, really?
My dog used to be at Gibbs, throwing cards through the window and shit, bending people house keys. I remember one day he bent somebody's house key and. Dude looked at it and was like, I'm gonna get in the house. But that's completely off topic. Lil Keese. I met Lil Keese in middle school, Azalea Middle School. And Rock used to go to Azalea Middle School too, you know what I'm saying? Goat Middle School.
Bro,
Goat Middle School is St.Pete. But nah, he just knew I rapped. Like I always have rapped since elementary school. So it's like he hit me up and we got really close actually. Me, him, and his brother Quez. Shout out Quez. And
Young Chopper, hell yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
He changed his name, but
and his dad is rated R too. I ain't supposed to be in here tonight, you know what I'm saying? So he brought us to our first studio that I had ever been to. So, you know, back then I'm like tripping out. I'm like, this is crazy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we had did a lot of work with Keese, you know, over the years and yeah, it's just unfortunate what happened to him. You feel me? Like I'm getting choked up the same way you was getting with Justin. Yeah. But yeah, that's really what kind of like got me into the rap scene, like seriously. You say?
Yeah, bro.
Big shout out to Keese, man. I love you forever, bro.
Yeah, bro. He put me on the street team, and I was trying to get a chain so bad, man. And everybody had their holographic like MySpace picture and shit, bro.
Bro, just to lighten the mood. Keese taught me how to play tunk, bro.
Oh, really?
In middle school. When he taught me how to play tunk, we were literally lunch every other day playing for lunch money. Easy work. So big shout out. Rest in power, bro. Man taught me how to play cards.
For sure. Yeah, shout out to Keese, man. I wish I had some more Keese beats to slide. That's what I'm... Yeah. Yo, that Scroodle, you brought up Scroodle earlier, but that Scroodle and Lil Keese collab, that shit is still a fucking staple. Yeah. For sure.
Keese had collabs with fucking Starlito.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy.
Soulja
Boy. And that's another thing I want to mention about Keese is he was so innovative. Like, he understood shock value before anybody I ever seen. And that's another thing with JJ too, bro. Like, he understood shock value too, bro. So it's too bad that the good have gone young, you know what I mean? But taught me a lot for sure.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's sort of like the shit that he kind of did with his label and how he moved, sort of like sprinkled into the slug sounds shit, and how, not necessarily how you guys move, but how everybody has like their role, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a chain reaction. Like every one of us individually went through what we did, like musically, and met up at the end. You feel me? Like me and Rock known each other since elementary school, Bear Creek Elementary. Shout out, you feel me?
Yeah.
So we about 20 years plus. You know what I'm saying? We were plotting on all this shit like years before we actually did anything. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody that thinks like, you know, it's an overnight thing, it's not. You feel me? And continue to grind. Whatever you're doing, continue to grind for sure.
That's right. Continue to grind. Continue to hustle. No, I'm playing.
Yo, GOAT hype man right here, man. Yo, real shit.
You got to start doing some like mixtape hosting shit, man.
Bro, I am. I'm so confused with coming in on some typical mixtape DJ shit, or I'm really strongly considering coming in on some Quiet Storm shit. I feel like Joe Mama Radio did a lot for me back in the day. You know, Keith Sweat running the Quiet Storm nationwide is doing a lot, but we need a new Quiet Storm space. Somebody that's like, yo, I'll play Barry White, but I'm going to also play Snow Allegra, and I'm going to also, let me not get y'all too much sauce, but, you know. Baby.
Okay. Yeah, I love some of your chops and stuff like that, and your drops, like I like when you sample a lot of the Jay Dilla. You can tell the Jay Dilla inspiration, you know.
Yes. Big, bro. Heavy. I think, I'm going to be honest, that's somebody else I got on extremely late. Never knew I was such a huge fan of Dilla because I was a fan of his work, not knowing who he was. I didn't discover Dilla until 2019, but it changed my fucking life. I was like, oh my God, like, this is it. This is it right here. So, yeah.
How do you feel about Doom?
Man, rest in power. Yeah. Don't ask me about it. Nobody else dead.
What is Doom? I feel like Doom is never really dead.
Bro, for real, because it's like,
nobody, you know what I mean?
In a weird way, it's like, bro, I never seen you. You know what I mean? So I still get to hear you. He's somebody I got put on late. It was the Dilla wave that put me on MF Doom. Bro, shout out to Spotify. I went to a J Dilla radio, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, rapping over these hard-ass hip-hop beats. You know what I mean? So that's how I got put on him. Rest in power.
Yeah, one of my favorite collabs they did was on Doom's album Born Like This. Over the Gazillionaire is the name of the track. Oh, that's but nice. It's over the Dilla beat Phantom of Synths. And
shit.
Doom like kills it. It's like there's like a beat switch in the middle of it.
Yes. Bro, see, Dilla changed the whole production game once he was like, yo, fuck quantizing your beats. And if you're not a producer, that just means fuck everything being directly on beat. You know what I mean? Things can be off beat a little bit. Like, perfect example of that is Knowledge. I don't know if anybody listens to Knowledge beats, but he worked heavy with Anderson .Paak at one point. You know what I mean? But beats are just intentionally a little bit off beat. Madlib is another good example of that, you know? But it's a vibe. You be like, shit. And if you got the right MC on it, you be like, well, goddamn. Every time I hear Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, I'm like, the fuck? I'm supposed to have cocaine in the trunk.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's almost like an unorthodox lineup. You feel me? Like before Freddie Gibbs was doing any of that stuff with Madlib, it was like real heavy, like bass production and stuff. Like when he was with Jeezy. But it's like when he got to that, it worked. And that's the crazy thing about it is because, like, the way that the musical climate is, especially with hip-hop, it's like that's not even supposed to work. You feel me? So it's about thinking outside of the box of that.
Bro, Freddie Gibbs being nominated for a Grammy is another crack in the motherfucking cheat code.
Yeah.
I know.
Freddie Gibbs is the man.
Bro, deadass. I know real artists got to be like, okay, let me just figure out how to hone in and refine my craft. But I'm just going to cater the fuck out of one audience, and that audience is going to propel me to the next level. Shout out to K Trinata coming from SoundCloud to the Grammys. You know what I mean? Like, it's a real beautiful time in music to give the world real art in a way. You know, like, you can't just be doing the one-hit wonder TikTok shit, or you're going to be lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean?
Unless you're Soulja Boy.
I mean, you can get a few shuffles, but at some point you get lost because we go through periods of time where Soulja Boy has to remind us how much of a GOAT he is because your ass got lost real quick. No disrespect. Shout out to Big Draco.
Speaking of Soulja Boy, Bottemville Stoop Kid called you out yesterday. You need to be the first rapper to perform, or the first big rapper to perform at Bottemville. Hey, we waiting on the DM, Soulja Boy. You need to get these first locked in, bro.
Who the fuck said that?
TJ.
Word. Yeah, word.
What's up with that upcoming beat event that you guys are hosting where you wanted producers to send you beats and all that stuff? So I tagged a couple people. Shout out Kush Newton. Shout out Key Cartel, Santiago Perp, De Niro Tarantino, all them, Heavy Kev.
Big shout out to them. That event is actually my birthday bash. I figured as a DJ versus going the traditional route where I asked all my supporters to come to some club and just have a club night, why not be surrounded by what I love on my birthday? And that's real art, real music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck it. Let's get some fire-ass producers out here because I got a lot of artists that fuck with me. I want to get some fire performers. We got, just to give y'all a sneak peek, we got Jay Brown coming out.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fire.
Big shout out to Jay Brown and everything that he's doing. I got a dope-ass female artist coming out by the name of Nico Sweet, I believe. She's really, really dope and picking up a lot of storm in Tampa. So I'm like, fuck it, bro. Let's just be surrounded by good music, good food, and dope art for my birthday. So that's what that was about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope some of them come out, man. Chris Newton's one of my favorite producers. He does a lot of work with Dro Got Dough. He's out of the 813.
Man, that's a hard-ass name, Dro Got Dough.
Dro Got Dough. He's so fucking fire. Like, everybody check him out.
Hey, and y'all producers pop up on the 3rd, man. You know what I'm saying? We can give you a great chance to be heard and lock you in for
I'm so happy that you just talked about that shit. Fuck yeah. Any local producers in the area that need a space just to get your sound heard, please come out to our listening party next Friday because we running them beats all fucking night with our music as well. You know what I'm saying? But anytime we put together any potlucks or link-ups, me as a DJ, I come into this music shit with a different perspective. I come in with the underdog perspective in terms of I like to show light on the pieces that make the industry work that don't get light. So why not have some fire-ass producers come out? It's a lot of local producers that have made, had production credits on a lot of big names worldwide. You feel me? And they just at home chilling. So why not get to know these people and give them their flowers? You know what I'm saying? Let's bring out fire-ass DJs because DJs don't get a lot of love behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's more like just a role. So I want all of y'all to come out and show us what the fuck you got.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm hyped for all the events coming to the Bottemvile Studio. I have a couple events of my own that are going to be coming through. And everybody tap in with Slug Sounds. You can find them at Slug Sounds on Instagram, at Bottemville Jotta on Instagram, and at I Rock the Dawn on Instagram. This was episode 8 of the Jit Camp Bonfire Podcast.
Much love, my G, for sure.
You can find all of my stuff at Jit Camp 727. And I also just dropped a new Patreon. Check that shit out for movie reviews, exclusives.
Drop some cheese in it too.
Yeah, for sure. If you want, it's all bonus content for everybody. People ask me about the film reviews, so definitely check out the Patreon. But all the shit going on in the Tampa Bay area, St. Pete area, you can go to jitcamp.com where a jit can be a jit.
Now that's hard as fuck. Let me just say one last thing. Much love to you, Jit Camp. That's all I got.
Hey,
I was going to do something extra, but I'm not.
Thank you. Slugs.